crash diets don't work long term. How's it going, ladies and gents? This is Femi here from newpersona.info and weeklyworkouts.ca. This video was inspired by one of our members who actually came to me in the middle of one of our workouts. She mentioned that she wanted to hop on a new crash diet, and this really shook me. The reason why she wanted to is she started seeing a little extra, little extra weight around the midsection that wasn't there before. And I said, you know what? I need to shoot a video, which I'm doing right now, on why crash diets don't work. So let's get into this. This is for you, my lady. This is for you. And gentlemen, stay tuned. Let's get into the key points you want to keep in mind. Crash diets don't work mainly because you're thinking of, why are you doing it in the first place? When you take a step back, just by diving into eating less of a specific food group, there's going to be some serious hormonal issues that will take place within your body. You don't know what may happen if you start pulling back certain nutrients such as carbohydrates, if you go in a high excessive amounts of fats, or you're eating specifically one food group entirely. Your body needs a variety of nutrients for it to maintain peak state and maintain optimal levels of health. When you start pulling and drawing and taking different things from it, your hormones can end up out of whack, and in the long term, you don't really know what's going to happen to your body. So I would say over time, you don't know what's going to happen. Be sure to keep that in mind before you jump on board the next thing that's there. All right? Point number two. Point number two when you're thinking of if you should really dive into a crash diet is the impact of stress. So the stress that you have of just trying to eat a specific food group can make it very challenging for you to go to outside events, when you're going to family outings. The great example that I wanted to give to you is if your grandmother prepares a specific type of food that is just for you, but you're only able to eat one particular food category, think of that impact that's going to have in your life. Think of the impact it's going to have in the life of the people around you, and think of if that really is where you want to be 3 years from now. Whenever I'm talking about nutrition, I want you to think of things that you could take with you and use long term and not just for a week, okay? The next point, which is gonna be the final one for you to consider, is what is my health gonna be like 3 months from now, 6 months from now, a year from now, following this same diet? You gotta figure out why you're doing it, and this comes back to the purpose. So if you're mainly eating this way to drop a little bit of body fat, to maybe put on a little bit more muscle, you gotta really consider, am I doing this the most optimal way to produce the results I wanna see? If you're not doing that, it can really have an impact with where you wanna go. Take consideration of what your health is gonna be like. Take consideration of what your lean body mass is gonna be like, which is your lean muscles. Take consideration of what your body weight is gonna be like at the end, and think if this really makes sense. That's when we talk about the purpose of why you really shouldn't do it in the long run. Moving into why it works. When you think of why certain diets work or why crash diets sometimes work, it comes down to very specific science. If you reduce, one, your sugar, you're gonna see a difference in your calories. If you reduce your carbohydrates, you're also gonna see a difference in your calories. If you reduce your total salt intake, you're gonna see a decrease in how much water weight your body's gonna be holding on to. And then lastly, if you just think, if I intake a little bit more protein, that's gonna also help my body maintain more muscle mass. So when you look at what you're actually creating, I want you to consider, this is the framework of what is necessary for a highly successful blueprint. It's not the full thing, but a blueprint of a healthy diet, which may be a little bit less calories or a little bit more depending on your goals. You may be eating a little bit more protein to maintain lean muscle mass, and it may also be eating a lot more vegetables than you're currently eating right now. So keep this in mind. I would say crash diets don't work long term, but then again, what do I know? I just train a couple people in the gym. I'm joking. But post comments below if you have any questions. Share this with people that you believe really can find some value. I really think the most important thing when it comes to health is making sure you're having a lot of healthy fruits and veggies within your diet, a lot more protein compared to what is normal in society, and reduce your calories slightly more than what is recommended. A lot of the times you end up overeating with a lot of the foods outside. So that's my video for today. Hope you all enjoyed it. Crash diets don't work long term. Have a great day.